Hello everybody and welcome back. So today I'm showing you guys my 20-gallon long. Now this tank's been set up for a year. This is my year one update. I'll talk a little bit about some of the changes I've made, things I plan on changing, and just kind of talk a little bit about the tank. Um, Filtration, heating is all the same. I have a I think it's a MarineLand 40, I think. It's a really beefy filter for a 20-gallon tank. I have a Finex planted LED. Um, like, I don't remember how long it is. 30-inch probably. It's 20-gallon long. Really nice lighting system. I've had that on this tank for basically the entire year. And you can see the results of having this support system on for the tank. So when I set up the tank, I originally I didn't have any. I don't think I had dwarf sage. If I did, I had a few small pieces. I don't really remember, and I had Java fern in the backs, or not Java. Yeah, Java fern in the backs, and I had a tiny little bit of Java moss and some small cribs. You can really see how much of those have grown. If you haven't seen the original video that I'm talking about, I'll put a link to it in the description of this video. You can really see how much this tank's changed. When I first set up the tank, I did not have the Finex lighting system. I just want to clarify that. I've changed some things around. I had a Crenum in here, where this piece of Anubias is right here. Uh, when I put it in there, it seemed like it was doing something to the dwarf sage, so I took it out and I've replaced it with the piece of Anubias that's right there. A couple small Amazon swords. They've done reasonably well. I've left them in here. I kind of like the way they look. I like the taller, broader leaves. Is a nice, refreshing change from the dwarf sage. Um, who knows? I might end up changing those out at some point if I want something else. But for now, I like them. I like the way it looks. When I set up the tank, originally I just had Cardinal Tetras. Oh gosh, there we go. So, and now I've got 5 in here now. I think one must be in the back. Must be. Yeah, he's back there in the far left corner. Can't really see him, and you probably wouldn't see him if I tried to show you. You might get some ridiculous glare from the lights. But there are 5 of those, and there are 4. There should be 4 of the like an albino neon with like blue eyes. I'm pretty sure that's their name. They were from my sister's tank, and a bunch of these shrimp are from my sister's tank. And they just kind of ended up here. I moved I think there's a pipefish. The ones I had in my 10-gallon long, you can see both of them are up here. One of them didn't make it. These two have moved up here so I can specifically breed shrimp in my 10-gallon, which I'll put a link to that video. I have a setup video I made. You can see what it is I'm talking about. So it's been a fun tank. It's really simple. Now that I've had it set up for a year, I can really tell you I've never dosed anything. No liquid fertilizers, no root tabs, no nothing. I have organic potting soil, a little bit of pool filter sand, gravel on the far left, and it's really your preference. I just use both because I like the way they looked. Um, the high, the really bright LEDs and water changes is all I've really done, and obviously cleaning up algae and trying to get it off this moss on the driftwood. So it's a very easy, basic tank. Anyone can set something up like this. There's nothing super fancy here, which is one of the things I like about the tank. It's anyone can really recreate this, and it's not like super expensive compared to a normal tank. The plants kind of grow on their own. The only really added expense is the lights, because you have to have gravel, you have to have a filter, you have to have the heater and decorations and all that stuff for your fish. So you're pretty much paying the same price for a normal tank, but you just have to pay that little bit extra for the nice lights. And it's worth getting the nice lights. These are not the lights I started off with in this tank. As soon as I switched, I don't regret it. It's nice having the nicer lighting system. And when you have a tank set up for a year, it makes a big difference in the amount the plants will grow. So for me, it's a worthwhile expense. I haven't changed them or anything. I don't have to change the bulbs because they're LEDs. They're really nice. So pretty low maintenance. I just do water changes. Most of the plants kind of grow on their own. I have to occasionally go in, pull out some of the dwarf sage that grows in on the crypts to kind of keep this grassy field going. And then I have some rotala and some stem plants. Once they'll start growing up more, I'll have to do more trimmings. But for now, I'm just kind of letting them grow. So yeah, it's just a fun tank. Put a link in the description to the original video, as well as a link to me setting up my 10-gallon shrimp tank. And just have an awesome day, guys. Check out my blog site. I'll also have a link to that in the description. So look at that. Have an awesome 2016. Bye.